Hello everybody and welcome back to Mom's Cooking Diary. Today we are making what I am calling quarantine spaghetti. Why? Because spaghetti sauce is kind of hard to come by right now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start out with a half a pound of hamburger and a half a pound of ground pork that is on medium-high heat. I do have a pot of water getting ready to boil over here also. I'm going to go ahead and add a generous sprinkling of garlic, salt, and pepper to this meat as it browns. I have this massive can of tomato sauce, which we're going to use, some Cajun Creole seasoning, Italian seasoning, and then of course some spaghetti. Now, why am I using a half a pound of ground pork and a half a pound of hamburger? Well, hamburger is also hard to come by, so to stretch that out a little bit, I also bought a pound of ground pork and I split it in half, and I'm making spaghetti twice. Also, it is good to mix your meats in making spaghetti, I've heard. So we're going to try that out. So now we're going to go ahead and brown this hamburger and wait for our water to boil. So stirring, browning, stirring, and browning. Look, hey, we're getting brown. Okay, well, the downside of using ground pork is you can see all of this fat here that we have. So we do need to go ahead and rinse off all of that fat. I also rinse it with some water and wiped out the pan with a paper towel, and I got an entire paper towel back of grease, so please do that. All right, I'm putting the meat back on the heat. I'm going to open up this massive can of tomato sauce and pour the sauce in. All right, so now we're going to add a very, very generous amount of Italian seasoning, enough to cover the entire pan of sauce here. And then I want a little bit of kick in my spaghetti sauce, so that's why I'm putting in the Cajun Creole seasoning. Give it just a little bit of spice. And then you will also see that I'm going to put in a generous, I'd call it a very generous pinch of sugar to the sauce. That is going to help cut some of the acidity from the tomatoes from this. So go ahead and stir all that together. I'm going to then take the heat on this all the way down to low, so it can just simmer. Oh, but look, while we've put this together, our water is boiling, and we can go ahead and add our pasta to the water. And then we can stir that up and set our timer just according to the box directions here. Don't forget to taste though, because we are just kind of making this from scratch. After I tasted it, I thought about it and I decided that it needed more Italian seasoning and then just a little bit more garlic flavor. So I just did some powdered garlic, not the garlic salt this time because it was salty enough for my tastes, and then a little bit more spice, so I put a little bit more Cajun Creole in this. Stirred all that back up again, and now we're just gonna let the pasta cook and let the sauce simmer. All right, we are gonna go ahead and taste one of our noodles. Yes, it is done. All right, so go ahead and drain that. And I have a quick trick for you to keep your pasta from sticking. Go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil, drizzle it around there, and then we are going to rinse our pasta with cold water. The cold water will help kind of break down the starches that are sticking to all of your noodles and keeping them from becoming one huge clump. See? Ooh, individual noodles, very fancy. So let's go ahead and plate this up, see what it's gonna look like. Here's my pasta. And then we are going to put a generous heaping of our sauce on here. Get a little bit of meat, get a little bit of sauce, make a real nice plate here, yay! And then what spaghetti is not complete without some shaky green cheese? So we're gonna go ahead and put some of that on. And my friends, we have got ourselves a batch of quarantine pasta. Let me tell you, it is quite delicious. And easier than I thought it would be. So good luck to y'all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.